Hey everybody, this is I am Stacey Thomas. You're used to me laughing. First things first, let's be thankful. So today I've been posting the flyer. You guys I told you don't want to miss this interview, right? I am in Petersburg, Virginia with Shalonda Venable-Royster. I've been posting flyers, you guys. This is going to be kind of interesting. Thank you.
Is it? Okay.
Hello, beautiful.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. Look at you, superstar.
Oh, no, just a little something, a little razzle-dazzle.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. First, I want to say thank you for coming on my platform.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. You are someone in Petersburg that I noticed. Well, let me back up here. So, it's something about people when they have their name being passed around.
Okay.
So 2 years ago, someone from Petersburg, shout out to Dr. Conover, said, connect with Shalonda Venable-Royster. I found you on Facebook, a million things going on. Maybe it just wasn't time.
Okay.
Right? So then when I finally see you again, maybe it's been maybe a year, I see that you have Collegiate Connections, right? And then I see something online, this woman is offering free classes. I am one of those people, I do not jump for free classes. I've got to go on your page, I got to research, I got to see what information she's given. I want you guys to know, before the interview starts, I've put a title on Shalonda.
Okay.
I think in your field in the city, you just might be the plug.
The plug?
You just might be the
plug.
Okay.
What's with that?
I say the plug because it's a one-stop shop. Tell us, 2025, what is it that you have going on, and then we'll discuss how you got here.
So 2025 is the year that my person, Joshua, has coined Collegiate Connections is where we take employees to employers. 2025 is the year that we are turning ordinary individuals into extraordinary entrepreneurs, as we've been doing since October 6, 2021.
Okay.
And we are taking people's passion, if they have a vibe, whatever it is that they want to turn into their entrepreneurial journey. As our slogan says, if you can think it, we can do it. That's what we're doing.
Okay.
And we can only really do that not just by starting businesses, but we're adding an educational component to it.
Okay.
So that, excuse me, they don't just have a business or LLC certificate. They have an education behind it that tells them the do's and the don'ts, the legal aspects, the logistics of it. So I'm giving them a toolbox of how to start and run their business.
So when you say you're giving them a toolbox to start their business, right? A lot of people, they simply don't know about business.
Right.
They know what their dream is, but they don't know about business, and I think I've asked you this before. So you're educating them on how to get started. You maybe even connected them with people to take them further in their business. Do you offer a service for the individual that needs help beyond setting up the business?
Oh, yes, most certainly. So, as you mentioned, we do offer free webinars on different topics, and it starts with the business startup, nonprofit startup, business plan development, business credit, and how to get state and local contracts. But beyond that, we have one-on-one coaching. So we can not only sit down with you and start your business, but we're going to do some one-on-one with everything behind it, the foundational components to starting your business. Are you going to choose a sole proprietorship or LLC, S Corp, C Corp, non-stock, stock corporation? What is it that you want to start? And here are the legalities behind it. And then here's the legal documents behind it. And then from there, structurally, how are you going to have that business thrive? So we do a lot of one-on-one behind it.
I love it. And I'll say this because you guys know, if I've worked with someone, if I've read someone's book, if I've tried someone's product, I'm only going to speak about it if I really like it, okay? I've been sharing a flyer on my Facebook page. You're watching her. You're listening to her. The free classes do exist. The classes are not a small amount of nuggets. You will close down your computer after her class with a notebook full of knowledge. So be sure to follow those flyers when I post them. Shalonda, do you have a team?
I do have a team, but it's not a team that works for me. It is a team that I am aligned with.
Okay.
This is more of a consortium, if you will.
Okay.
So, of this team, it is comprised of myself with Collegiate Connections, Chantel Williams from Maxtel Creations, and Joshua Lee. They both do branding. Chantel has Maxtel Creations, Joshua Lee has Man by Design, branding.
Okay.
And then we have Latrice Davis. We laugh and joke, but we don't laugh. We jokingly say Latrice keeps us out of jail.
Okay.
My color is orange, but not DOC orange. It is collegiate orange.
Okay.
But Latrice is that fiduciary person that steps in and says, here's the risk behind, and here's the do's and the don'ts, what's legal, what's not legal. She does all things financial development and financial literacy, planning, and taxes. So Latrice, Chantel, and myself, we comprise trifecta sisters.
Okay, trifectas.
So, trifectas. So we start, build, and keep you safe.
Okay.
And then also on our team, we have Melita from Truist Bank.
Okay.
And Melita helps individuals start their business checking account, because you can't start a business without having some business checking and a financial institution behind it. But beyond that, everybody who walks through the doors of Collegiate Connections, they leave out not just as business owners, but they also leave out as part of a network of resources for everyone else.
Okay.
So now what we have built is a village of people that you can pull resources from. It's not just you having your certificate and working with me. You're going to be working with a lot of people.
So you've created, excuse me, so you've got this team, you've got this awesome venue, and you talk about these people that you're going to be able to help. Let's go back to when you started this. How difficult was it? No, let's start with this. Did you think you could do it yourself, or did you realize from the beginning you needed a team to make it work?
I started a very long time ago, before I launched in 2021.
Okay.
The vision and the action started a long time ago. And it started not me by myself, but as a collaborative effort with other people, whether they had a business or not. So when I named the business Collegiate Connections, the connections is the action word in there. Because I was able to pull from resources of people that I've met throughout my college career, working in property management, fire service as an educator. So all of the careers and jobs that I've had afforded me to have bridge these relationships with people. So it's always been a team. It's always been a collaborative effort. It's never just been Shalonda. It's always been people that I've met and built a relationship along the way.
I love how you said that, because a lot of times people find themselves in a position where they want to do more things, and they say, but I don't know anybody to do this, I don't know how to do that. But sometimes if you stop and think about the paths you've crossed, the people you've met, even when you didn't know why God put them in your life, you reach back.
Exactly.
And that can help you build your team. Wow. You said, I came to a networking event that you had. I found this really inspiring. You said when you were younger, you used to ride through the city of Petersburg. Tell us, did you manifest this happening? Did you pray, or did God just put it on you? Tell us what happened.
I think it was a mixture of manifestation and prayer and all of those things. When I was at Virginia State, I was living at home, and I would drive through Old Town to get to campus. So I would take Old Street to Grove Avenue and then go on the backside of campus. And as I was driving on Old Street, I would always come past this building, and it had a placard on it and said Rosalind Dance.
The mayor.
The mayor at the time, right? And then she was running for she was a delegate, I believe, at the time. And it said, Officer Rosalind Dance. And I was like, wow, this is a really dope office. I'm going to have that office one day. I don't know what I'm going to do
Just
with
like
it.
that.
Just like that. I don't know what I'm going to do
Okay.
with it. I'm going to have a business. Have no idea. I've always been a business major, but didn't know what type of business I was going to have, but that was going to be my office.
Wow.
And that was I graduated in 2003, 2004. I finished in 2003, walked in 2004. So that was right around that time frame. Fast forward literally like 20 years. I'm looking for an office space. My best friend has a restaurant on Sycamore Street. One of his partners says, hey, talk to Richard. He has an office that'll be available. So I did, and he shows it to me, and I was like,
What was the office?
and I had never been in this office, only seen the outside. And I was like, wow, okay. So I moved that was the first storefront that I opened. Then fast forward a couple of years, because the bakery has expanded over.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking for another storefront to open for my partner Jewel with the mail outpatient services and myself. And someone had referred Joe to me that owns this building.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay. So Joe says, come on, across the street. Now, before I saw that building, the first one, I had always drove past here. This used to be Southern on the front side. And I was like, oh, the side of it, there was an artist out of here.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, that's a pretty dope space, because it's like traffic. You know, good traffic, good walking traffic, good exposure. Didn't think anything else of it. And then when I saw this space, I was like,
Wow.
so now I'm digging in the crates in my memory. It's like, what else? What else? What else did I manifest?
I was gonna ask.
Like, what else?
do you expect?
What else do I expect?
Right.
Right? And it is prayer and manifestation, because when I started the business, I started out doing billboards for a trucking company through North Carolina and Virginia. I designed the billboards and had them, placed up because they were doing some recruiting. But I never thought about doing a billboard for myself. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have a billboard one day, but we'll see how it goes, But when I have a billboard, it's gonna have my face plastered on it, right?
Okay.
So when we got in this building has a billboard attached to it. So I was like, okay, look at God, won't he do it? So I told Jewel, I said, okay, we're gonna have a billboard. She was like, okay, sister. I was like, we're gonna have a billboard. So I drafted something up. I talked to Joshua. I said, Joshua, I know you're gonna tear my.
I'm sorry. You keep saying Joshua.
Mm-hmm.
Who is Joshua?
I said Joshua Lee. He's part of our team, Band by Design.
Okay.
And he does all things graphics and websites and stuff.
Okay.
I said, Joshua, I know you're gonna tear my little design apart, but here's what I have. Go ahead and rip it up. And so he looked. He was like, yeah, it's not bad.
Did he tear it up?
He did. And he was like, it's not bad. He said, I like the pictures.
Okay.
But, okay, give me, And he redesigned it and, fast, super
and
fast.
Now you have your billboard.
And now we have our billboard.
Wow. Terod, actually, if you come to Petersburg, Virginia, listen, only one interstate that's going to get you into the city. You get off 95, come down Washington Street, right at the red light of Sycamore, Washington. Who's
you
there?
look up and you will see my mug, me and Jewel mug sitting right on the side of the building, and, we've been here since February the 1st. So it was kind of difficult to tell people where we were because of the address labeling and stuff. But now, and I tell them, when you get up 95, you're going to come down a couple of blocks, look up to your right, and you're going to see our billboard.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
It's 2025. A lot is going on. People are losing jobs. Their investments are not working out. And with the fear that the media is putting out here, you think it's still a good time for people to open nonprofits?
Yes, because there's still community-based needs that haven't been met.
Okay.
There are still people out here that have a passion to help the community. Is it a little extra work to get funding? Absolutely. It was already work to get funding before, but if you have that passion and you have the need and that drive for whatever that programmatic piece that you want to put into the community to help, even if you only help one person, to make it just a little bit better, it's definitely worth the work to put into starting your nonprofit organization.
Okay. Shalonda, on social media, and I won't hold you up much longer, but on social media, you have people, and I've ran into this, that say, I can help you create your nonprofit. I can help you start your business. Everybody's not given facts. If someone is looking for a Shalonda, right? Give us something that we should look out for when looking for someone to assist us. And basically, Shalonda, why you? Why should I come to you to get help with my business or my nonprofit? What makes you different from the other people that are saying they're doing it?
I saw a social media post a few times. There was a business that people have started, and they said, why this business? Because this particular niche, because everybody's doing it.
Okay.
And somebody put a meme up, and they were in a store with shelves of bread, and everybody has bread.
That's right.
But the difference is, what is your taste? Which one sustains your taste buds? Which one sustains the nutrients that you want? Which one of those particular products is right for you? Because anybody can help you start a business.
Right.
Anybody can go into the SEC and get an LLC or a non-stock corporation. Anybody can go into the IRS database and get an EIN. But the difference is, then what? Then what? You have that piece of paper. What are you going to do with it?
So is that why I'm coming to you?
So after that, after that part, it's like, well, what am I supposed to do?
Right.
But see, when you walk through the doors of Collegiate Connections, you're going to get your LLC, your non-stock corporation, your EIN. You're going to get the education behind it on how to structure. Why are you structuring it? Because see, some people will just go out and start a business as a sole proprietor and have no idea that they are putting their personal assets in jeopardy because they didn't like the color orange, so they want to sue Shalonda, right? But that LLC offers that hedge of protection against your personal assets versus that of your business assets. Okay. So we have to talk about